laying down, getting up, taking somebody somewhere, going laying down, getting back up. But at least my back is feeling so much better today. I promise it feel like somebody like ripped my like I was looking at this picture somebody put up the other day on my Facebook, and it was like your whole body, everything in your body is controlled by this. And it was like somebody's brain connected to like all this wiring or whatever, I guess, was ever running down your back and running down your spinal cord. And it was like a lot of different tentacles or whatever that's like strapped around, would be like around the hip area. And that's where this, it's like this whole shit was like I couldn't even, I couldn't even move. I couldn't even get up. I couldn't get in the shower the other day or nothing. So it feels a little bit better, but it was so funny because and then like I said, there's like a cooling effect or something like right around the neck. But I feel like somebody's just trying to do this to make it's like a painful jelly kind of feeling. But I feel like somebody's doing this to try to make me fall for something or get freaked out, because there's this movie about this synthetic. Okay, we'll talk about this movie real quick and then we're gonna go on. So in this movie, some guy is like the big guy at this tech company, and he has a mansion, out in the middle of nowhere. And he's like it's a lab in his home, right? It got all these bedrooms, everything, and it's like an almost underground laboratory home. Now, the first thing I noticed is that, so it's a guy that worked at this tech company. Everybody's playing for keeps to for somebody to get this position or this chance to go and test out something with the owner of the company. So everybody's congratulating. It's like a nerdy guy. He's kind of, you know what I'm saying? It kind of reminds me of this image here, like this guy right here. Okay, and he gets this opportunity or whatever to go for a week or whatever and go live at this guy's house, and they're gonna study. He's gonna be like the first one that'll be able to study something with like some type of thing. I'm trying to figure out how to word this, because like I said, some of these things is like I think people be throwing this shit, right? But it's not really supposed to be thoroughly talked about, but I can't help being thorough. But anyways, long story short, the thing that pointed, he's communicating with this AI, right? This could be also this could be what people are actually trying to do to American women, because I was just taking tours somewhere and I came back, and on the way in the car I kept on thinking about, why is these men playing around like they don't know that they fucking with demon witches that they are carrying around with them, because they're amazed with their power. Most of these women are probably foreigners. These are the women that were attacking the womb of the Hebrew or American women from jump. They have special qualities. Some of these people are RNs, nurses, doctors, that they can do stuff with the womb here. Okay? Let's just keep it funky. And that a lot of these women end up putting a gap between these men that are twins, and we came to break these chains now. So they have access to these women once they attach onto these men, whether it's a relationship, a partnership, business, third party situation. That's what this all is about, is slavery. Whether the man know it, the woman know it, somebody know it, they don't know it, I'm telling you now. It's to give these foreign women access to these women with military weapons and military approach, stealth approach, okay, to these women. So you might as well say American women, they're valuing as cows. You might be one of the cows that, you know, how people say like when there's crop circles, or somebody will say it's activity, like they didn't have no prints from an animal or anything, but somebody wake up and half of, or one of their cows is just probed and ripped open and the guts is hanging out, but there's no signs of like claws from an animal or nothing like this. Okay, so we talking about some shit like this. Okay, you could equate that to probably house moms or whatever, that are these women. We when we studied this in history now, it showed white men with guns and everything coming there, ripping these babies out these mothers' hands. Or sometimes you'll read where these crazed, you know, colonizers came in and ripped these babies in Thanksgiving. That's what the cranberry sauce and stuff with the and the stuffing of the turkey represent. You know, we broke it down, you know what I'm saying, in the indigenous community as to what it is. But it's just with the narrative term when you find out that It's a group of African or other foreign energies that have been planted in our these are the plants that's was talking about in Genesis as well, when the earth came with the earth. Well, the American Indians mixed with other other ethnic cultures from different lands. Haiti, different. The Dutch were dark skinned. Those were the first enslavers here. I feel like in North America, if it wasn't in South. Um, so again, you're just realizing that these people have awakened too on their journey, and they think more like them. I don't even want to say think like a man, but they think like those clans. Okay, we'll just say that. Not even the clan, but those clans, because in the South with the clan, I feel like those that was dressed in white sometimes, and we can see this energy also with that child that's the son and those people dressed in white. Some of these people were, like I said, protecting their stock of niggers. Okay, so they knew who held that DNA. It wasn't the African women. They may have had to marry them in order to get power, or in order to, whether these were like white, Southern African, or whatever you call it, women or something like this, or Northern Africa. With the what was that video that I did on it's not Mediterranean, Morocco. The first slaves that was coming over here was white or lighter skinned women. They were sending them from Morocco over into South America. Okay, so if you look at this from a different narrative, these people are planted in your community. They may not have the lives where they're out there doing much or whatever. They might live off this cluster or nucleus of this group that make sure that they all have these techniques or something that they can use. Somebody has something to add to whatever this is, okay? This colony or community, and they work in the dark. Some may work at doctor offices, or some may work at your dentist office or something like this. I've lost 2 fillings. I haven't even really been eating anything hard or gummy or anything. Now the first one, my crown was I had a temporary crown. Matter of fact, I gotta make another appointment. Anyway, I had a temporary crown, and that came up or whatever, and that was because I was eating something sticky. But I also had a feeling I had to get, and then now it's another feeling on the other side. It's like, what the fuck is going on? Is somebody messing around in my mouth when I'm asleep? So I had to go to the dentist or something so they can get, I didn't know. Because last time he had to redo something, he had to like take tissue off around. It's just, this shit is real, okay? So anyways, I digress, all right? So this movie, let's go back to the movie, y'all, because I could talk all day. But again, these women, like I said, you're going to realize that these are women, possibly people that were in your family, that you thought they were family members, but you might wonder why they phenotype or they face, like they were so different. They didn't look like they fit in this family or something, because they probably didn't. And, some of those children got taken. The 7 of Swords also is not just stealing from me. This is painting these children black and taking them into the underworld, or to be karmics. Some of these karmics are not choosing to be karmic. They were ripped from their parents and thrown into a dark place, or a tethered people, and they were treated some kind of way. Maybe like animals or rabbits in a lab, or lab mice. A lot of this was, I feel, programs that was going on with, especially in the projects. These were projects that was being done by, I don't know who. We can talk about it. I can't tell you specifically what program or what corporation was doing this. I just know it was being done. So again, what I can attest to this, right? These same women, they know. So these men, they're like, oh, go to this one, or this might, whatever. Go to this claim. It's like claiming, like on The Walking Dead, because that's what these people are. It says these people that are the living animals. No, these are the living dead, is what they are, that they're trying to exalt here. Okay. The Walking Dead. And when these women would go do these things, sometimes these women were jealous of these women because these were the prized pigs or the prized calves of these men. So there's certain things that they could do that they couldn't do to these women, right? Now, again, at some point in time, these men been working with these women 20 years, doing this type of work behind the scenes or whatever like this. They build a bond with these women. So when it's time for this man to pick one of these people from his flock, it seems like they end up with one of the women that's in their same sex, or that has a farm, or they have a collection as well. Some of us, me in the regal royal energy, was never supposed to be a part of this anyway. So this would be a sin against the Holy Spirit. So nobody wants to get in trouble for that. So they're trying to deny the Holy Spirit, or they're trying to remove the energy of the Holy Spirit and put it in a vessel, another person, or put it in a machine. Okay? So anyway, we have to remember that everybody could be going through this, but it's the cream of the crop. It's a certain DNA. Everybody don't have that DNA. Period. So they could be doing this type of invasive thing to people, but it's less likely that it's happening to these other. Yes, you may get something, get attached to a trust fund. You might get, but those wells, you have to keep on trapping these women. You have to keep trafficking. You have to keep doing this over. You got to discard them. With one well. One energy is the one that you drink from, and you never have to drink again. So this is with these people that want to be the elite. This is this elite child. This is this alchemical child. This is this whatever this is here. So as these elites or whatever this is, fall off the earth or go behind the scene, they're leaving something to this energy. So if you got a hold of this energy, you never have to drink again. It's just that these people is hiding this from this energy. These people are hiding this from me so that they can get rich, or they can spend, or they can be in a collective together and spend whatever this is that I'm supposed to have been rich since I was a child, and I never seen none of this. You see what I'm saying? And I think reaping of the benefits was supposed to be possibly around this 9/11 energy. That's when something was supposed to come to someone that did not come. They could have even took the masculine that was attached to me at that time and then allotted him this tour or whatever this is, okay? Instead of me, okay? So that's that. So you'll realize that again. So while these men are off, these women that are jealous of you, being the apple of these lords' eyes, are going to try to do abusive things. Some of these are men these days, and they have different clearance than these women have. If these women get caught, they would know that's his prized possession. He crazy about her. He crazy about that. Bitch, you fuck with that, and you. But these men, right? They're going around being like barbarians, claiming other people's property. The OPP, right? So they're going and claiming other people's property, right? So again, when these women go through this, right? And maybe you were in a situation where you're a seven, with the 7 of swords here. Those swords you'll see it look like little wooden people or little people. That little show on like Fisher Price or Toys or whatever. The little people, they look like little people on top of those swords. They either paint you black so that they can extract, so they can plant and harvest. And it's okay, because black people are dead in the eyes of law. So who's going to do something to stand up for this person while we have them painted black? Secondly, some of your children could have been in black. What I feel like they're doing is, if these men are coming back around in this time, so you're at a certain age, 30. At 20, you're used for certain things. 30, you're used for certain. Some of you never get old, so you could be possibly used for a long time. But around 30 or 40 or something like this, you're not to be. It's too late for you to be in this circulation of this group, club, whatever the fuck this is. Okay, right? So then you could be kind of like easily discarded at this point. Now, these men have to go to FISA or a secret imaginary court or something like this that doesn't include you. Now, there could be a way that they could recreate you in another bitch that they're actually going to go live their life with, that they've been getting this money with from you. And that's the person that they take, instead of treating you after birthing all these children and having your womb all fucked up, your menstrual all, okay? They'll take this other thing, or sometimes it can be a thing, okay? And go to court. This thing is acting like you in court. Don't matter, because what this thing wins, they're going to take back to the man You get what I'm saying? It's almost like with child support, the men that get in good with the woman when she on child support with him, so he make sure he go spend at her house, kick it or whatever. Because when he know he gonna get food over there with food stamps, he know he about to be getting, if he need a couple dollars for this, she gonna go ahead and give it to him. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like the same thing, but on a higher level. So these women, and again, these women could have been conspiring also, but alongside this man. Like, yeah, one day this nigga about to be mine. I know I just work for him in this corporation, but I got a lot on him, and as well, I got a lot on this bitch because they've been piling up something on the side too. So what I'm picking up on is, let's get to the point. These women could be responsible. Maybe these men don't know, or maybe they do. Maybe some of them are on the same page with these women. But at some point in time, they swap these children out. They clone and swap these children out. And so when the court come sneaking around, poking around your house or whatever, or getting the key from your family or whatever, or these tribal affiliations, okay, they will do these tests or whatever while your child is swapped out. Sometimes they fucked up enough to bring the child back. Like, if the child is young enough and you're not changed, you're just like, oh, girl, you didn't change. You didn't grew overnight. Do you know what I'm talking about? Girl, she done got bit. I went up in there the other day to wake her up, and her feet was hanging over the bed. I'm like, girl, you getting too big too. Because most of the time, this child probably been already just swapped again for whatever reasons. Where they need to extract something for testing to have these two entities right next to each other, right? Because some of these bees in a trap, they strapped to beds. That's not you, but again, if you say you supposed to be the next queen of England, they got somebody here strapped to the bed, like it said in this Bible yesterday. This is a dirty old dad or a dirty family member or a dirty organization or something that never wanted you to be king or queen. They always wanted they wanted to separate your throne amongst many instead of letting you sit on the one throne that only exists. Okay? So they'll have a lookalike or a clone of you strapped to the bed while you live in your regular life. And when you're ready to step over that threshold and claim your throne, so people like, wait a minute, this is what we seen, all this or whatever. But that's not even you. It's something about destroying somebody's character or your reputation or something like this, okay? Or, like I said, they go to these court things and then they come in, oh yeah, we took this DNA or whatever. This child isn't. What do you mean it's not? Well, do you see what I'm saying? They already took this child in the underworld because these are the ones that have the valuable DNA. These are the ones that were naturally formed here. It's not like these are the ones that, they probably extracted from you at a couple weeks, put it in this preserved place or something like this. And, they could just go grab one of these things and pop it in you, whatever. So now since these men are trying to lock in with somebody, however far you want to go with that, there's many other men sniffing around too. Just because this masculine wanted to make you seem little. And some of these masculines know that. That's why I put you in the dark. So then now they done fell in love with this other bitch that they've been stealing with or doing all this dirty work with or working with behind the scenes. They don't want to deal with you. Or they're afraid that you will bring up the past or you will get wind of what happened or something and you'll be mad at them or something. It's little silly shit like this. And then look, you so-called, even your so-called retirement, you a slut or something like this when they know that they paying attention to something else, so they letting partners come around and fucking sniff around or something like this and plant seeds. Like, I mean, I don't know, maybe because I'm an old soul, maybe I'm that feminine energy, like I said, that they feel like a Daenerys that they should have killed but they can't. That's the thing, you can't. All these people will die before me. So, I don't know. I don't know. But I'm just telling you the games that they play. Now, listen up. Don't feel so special. It don't feel special to be in that position, believe me. And also, they can blind you so you're not aware. So these lesser females have more intel on everything that's going on than you do. So you feel less than, or you feel self-conscious, or, it's supposed to be like, oh, he don't love me no more. Jody don't love me no more. But it's not like with a strong woman like me. Well, I don't even like that term. With a confident, a woman with a leadership mind or role here, it doesn't work like that for me. It's not like I'm only thinking about, because I don't have to travel over a man to get, it's already in me. It's also already on me. I don't have to manipulate nothing. I don't have to go try to manipulate these ladies' lives. I don't have to know where they live. Now, I want to know where they live once I detect one of these bitches to try to put their hand on me or try to send something in my house. I should have the right to protect myself, and Israel should have the right to protect herself in that manner. See, these hoes getting real bold about it because they know that Israel can't get to them. They know that they hiding. I don't know where their hiding spots or their taverns or caves are. Right? Some of these women are shopping for masculines too. They want you to leave your home or leave your throne, or they want to run you out of town so they can run into your man or bump into his car accidentally, and then they swap information, and then there you go with something like that. While they create turmoil. Again, now, if this is something natural by God, there's no author of confusion. There's only a certain type of masculines, a certain masculines that even if this is something that's being in the underworld done, that could only really have access to my womb. But somebody is selling somebody out short or trying to do something with the value here. Whether this is all in vitro or something like this, or whatever this is. But whatever's going on with all this blue, somebody is pregnant with a boy, and the boy is mine. The boy is mine. What do you think? Okay, so I'm thinking about Brandy and Monica, but also that giving me that energy of push-pull. It's also giving me the energy of Solomon, right? And the boy that they was about to split in half. Now, no, this is talking about the mental note. One would be living and one would be dead. That means one would be able to go on and produce. I don't care what this man do personally in his life. If that part of your brain is extracted, you're always going to be looked at as a lump on a log. Especially with men, I'm hearing. Women can persevere, but it's harder. You might come off as lazy or something like this, but men, they're stuck. Especially at a certain age, they stuck in it. We already know they be stuck in their ways. We always think about, girl, how can I upgrade this or do this? Even if we never do the shit, our mind go like that. These men, they don't want a comfortable place, some comfortable cook. Something like this or whatever, they would be like fine or something, right? Women are always looking for something to change, or, oh my God, I wish we could do more of this, or you rarely hear men that are in major masculine energy talking like that. So I'll just say that the ones that are dead are not actually dead in the ground. They're not actually rotting, but they may just like to play like toys or something like, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just trying to tell you the mentality that I'm picking up after doing my research and really going within. They might just like to go. They don't like to go, but they go to work. Come home, maybe pop back a couple beers or something like this, right? But a woman like me, that my mind is geared and trained to be a king or a queen in this lifetime, it's not like I'm downplaying, because it is kind of like somebody is playing chess with it's something like somebody playing chess with our lives. So it's nothing personal, so the way I look at it might seem cold or analytic or logical, but I think a lot of these men are supposed to be thinking logical, but it's really just talking about it from a higher standpoint. There's nothing cold and calculated. It's really honest and pure. So, like I said, and then the other masculine is one that probably is sitting on one of these thrones. That means they're going to be probably abundant. They're going to be a part of like a social, these could be some social experiments, but they'll be a part of like a socialite, or they will be, building, making business. It's a different lifestyle here. And sometimes they just get complacent with these women that they have been building with, or that know the rules of the road already. They got their eye, a little picture in their pocket, like a shit like the men like used to have in the war, of the girl that they want to go to, and this bitch know that, but they plotting the whole time on how to, scoop that nigga up. It's just as simple as that. I think those people should be punishable if they thought that these people were going to stay broke, these men, and they wanted the one that was going to be or broken. Okay. And they thought that they would go ahead and take the one that's going to be investment, then these women, they should be taken, since we talking about people that also are swapping babies out of the basket, they should be the ones to sit in those particular houses in those neighborhoods in the suburban, and let the other people go off into that particular type of lifestyle. Because somebody has the mindset for it, and somebody is copying off of someone to get that mindset. So it's just a big difference, okay? It's like somebody trying to take away somebody's destiny. Okay? So those could be new rules to the game. But this is just, I'm just dropping right now. I'm just dropping a couple jewels. All right. But I feel like, again, what I'm picking up on with this blue here, when I'm picking up with this blue here, is that somebody is having a boy, definitely. And again, the tears that I shed earlier was it was almost more so like, oh, I'm having is God, like, I don't want no damn kids. So ain't no nigga gotta never worry about me trying to, nobody in this world gotta worry about me trying to trap no nigga with no baby at this motherfucking time in my life. Let's get that straight. But if it's a part of a destiny or something like this, I feel like it was just overwhelming because I always wanted a boy and I had all girls. And I feel like I almost had a boy, starseed, or probably I do maybe like, again, they have me raise the girls, but the starseeds that they discover, they take out, paint them black, and then take them in the underworld, and then also use these men to also attack their mothers in the future, or this mother at least, right? So, or they raise them around other people that are doing that, and so they're not going to speak up for their mother when this is being done. And the father may be like a barbarian type energy, like not following the regular rules of the road. If they've created their own system in the underworld or in the outer worlds or outer limits or whatever. So, but I'm hearing there's one kind king. There's one kind king. I'm hearing like the heart of the father. So I'm saying like third generation. Like if my form was still a boy or a boy, I would have been taken in. So a father has, there's two energies out here. This emperor here, and then somebody that's like an older person or something that's strapped to a chair. This could be like a wheelchair or something. Like somebody could be in a wheelchair or something. Like, but this person, they don't look weak like this and stumped over, but this person looked very debonair, but they could be in a wheelchair. Or they could have been. But what the feeling that why I was so nervous or so concerned is because whatever these feelings was felt like that, but it felt like it's detached, or this is something where it's going to be a delight. It's going to be like sweet to the tongue or whatever, but then it's going to be bitter to thy belly, because this could mean that somebody has taken Mary Queen of Scots again in this lifetime, which is not going to happen on my watch. I feel like this is a direct energy of a Queen of Scots and a queen. The reason why the face to die for is your lineage. Somebody's lineage is the perfect, my lineage, motherfucker. I know who it is. We're not gonna keep on talking about somebody. That's why these people, these vultures here, and that's why this give me this hermit energy with this look like a vulture sitting over his head or her head. So this could be, like I said, this could mean two things, okay? Because I know I'm not carrying, okay? To my knowledge. I really don't think so. It wouldn't be possible unless God did some shit, okay? So this is telling me that somebody is trying to do one of these paternity tricks. This, whatever this is, reckless behavior. These women huddling up. No, we gotta go get that seed back over here and put it over here because they about to get this test, and then it's some stupid shit like this that these people do, like something like this. Because it all boils down to the DNA of me. Could be one masculine planet on this planet, or could have been, that also have this type of DNA. Something about this high honor and block pathway. So both of these people would be, one of them might be looked at in somewhat high honor because they got money or they lived a certain type of lifestyle. The other one is completely being blocked from their path. People could look at you in high honor, but they just won't hold you there. This person, this other person is being held there. But these people have this in common. Somebody at one point in time tried to block or plot on their pathway or their growth. But they're supposed to be in high honor. Something about the moon, whatever it is, they're doing this in being something that's concealed, that's being exposed here. This could be a brother and a sister. This could be a husband and a wife, lovers, a father and a daughter, a child and a mother, something like this. But if somebody is pregnant right now, and I'm thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4 months or maybe 5 or something like this, because there's something about like the size of a grapefruit. Also, I'm watching this here because somebody can see something. I'm looking at this Ouroboros energy. Somebody could have taken a grape or a seed from someone else or something like this. Because they still have to have connected to, somebody has an endless amount of something coming, finances coming in. You might be broke as hell, but these people are definitely ciphering off of this. It's like they've got a money tree and everybody else got their hands in it except for you. Heavy spell work is being done on these masculines though. So it's like you don't want to blame them, but you got to at some point in time. You want to wring their neck, like in a friendly way, because it's more than just about that. You really can't sever these ties. So tarot readers that say that people can sever these ties, you're a liar. They are their father, the devil, and they're a liar, because whatever connection I'm supposed to have, there's no, nobody was supposed to be fucking with this whatsoever. This is people trying to change the course of our future in the future of our children. This is people that probably say, I believe that children are our future. Treat them well and let them lead the way. But it's something off. These people ain't the same as they was in the 80s or in the 90s or the early 2000s or just 3 years ago. Somebody's definitely perpetrating like they having a child and it's somebody else's seed here, period. And they may have somebody in a prison or imprisonment, and they plan this wife to take my throne and also carry a child that's supposed to be in my womb, period. They know how to do all these crafty things here. Advantage or something over these others, because their job is to keep somebody in a mediocre lifestyle that has so much. It's like a ram or a goat. It's not going to work. Could work for a long time, but it's not going to work forever. Most of these women still have their beauty